Nothing has happened yet. Nothing has happened yet, and I can't speak. Hi, it's Sky, and this is my first time recording for a premiere, recording my reaction for a premiere. I'm going to be actually doing 2 videos. Today I'm going to be doing J-Hope's Arson, and also I will be reacting to the rest of the album for Jack in the Box. Did I say Jack in the Fox? Jack in the Box, or Jack in the Box? Jack in the Box, as well. You won't obviously be seeing this right away, as we do have the 24-hour rule in the ARMY community, so you will be seeing this after the fact, but this is absolutely to the premiere. I'm really excited. It's not my first premiere that I've ever caught, but it is going to be the first one to which I'm making a reaction to, so that's going to be really exciting. Also, I've said this before, but I'm Hobi bias. You know, of course, OT7, but, like, that's the member I just gravitude? It's like gratitude and gravitate. That's a member that I gravitate towards the most just naturally. A long time ago there was a post circulating about like that you don't really choose your bias kind of chooses you, and there's like, I remember that gif of Hobi during one of their like Festa talks where he's like just trying to catch the camera, and like, yeah, that's exactly what it's like. You can't escape. So that's what we'll be doing. I'm really excited, and I still am getting used to how to start videos, but that's what we'll be doing. I don't know if I'm going to survive, but like, I guess it'll be fun to watch for people. So, enjoy? Yeah, like, so More also killed me, and like, it took me a while to come back from that. So like, here we go again, I guess. Aha. Things are happening. Oh god, it's happening. Full screen, please. Please. Things are happening. Okay. My computer doesn't want to cooperate. I think ARMY is just breaking YouTube. Okay. Oh. Heavy lag on YouTube. Okay. Wow, this is trippy. Like, I've seen the what's it called? Premiere screens before, but this is, very well on the eyes. I hate countdowns. They're just, like, stressful. Oh god, don't like add an extra tick in there, like... Stop, stop. This chaotic music, stop. Stop. Okay, okay. Inner peace. Inner peace. Ooh. I'm not ready. Oh, let me get my subtitles on. Guys. Okay. This is what I thought. Shit. Sorry for cursing, but I won't be able to stop myself. creepy. I definitely want to listen to it again to try to catch more of the lyrics, but I will talk about it first. And I'm not saying too much. I think my face probably says it all. Yeah. I think that's it. Okay, good. Okay, it's done. Okay, let's talk about what we saw. So, I speculated this. I was talking to my girlfriend, and we were talking about, like, what the video could possibly be about, and I was speculating that it would either be the idea of burning everything else to make way for change, like burning down his whole previous life to make way for something new, or that it would be this idea of being honest with us about how to achieve what he's achieved, he's had to sacrifice a lot of himself and burn himself, technically. And then I was like, wait a minute, it could possibly be both, though. And that's sort of what we got here, was a song about how he was opening up that, like, he had to set himself on fire to achieve the dream that he wanted and that, you know, BTS as a whole were striving for initially, and that he didn't see the good and he didn't see the bad until after the fact. Again, I want to watch it again to get a better idea of the lyrics, but it was that, and then now it's like he has to choose what he wants to burn or put out the fire. Like, only he can make that decision. And I imagine it's a, you know, it's a difficult decision and a crossroads, because, like, this has been so much of his life now. How do you move on? And it's like, it's this conflicting thing where it's like, it's this conflict of, like, I don't even want any more of this. Like, I know that what I've been through has been rough, and, like, it's taken a toll on me, and I'm tired. And, like, that's how he sounds, but at the same time, also, he wants more, as he said before. So it's this really, like, interesting back and forth of, like, what do I want? Ultimately, only he can make that choice. And I think the beauty of it, and it's really hard to see when you're in that situation, is I think BTS and the members as a whole, you know, like, as a whole and as their separate parts, are in this unique place now because of their success, where it's like, if they choose to, they can continue. If they choose not to, they don't have to. If they want to stop for a while and then come back to it, they can. If they want to go for a while and then stop, they can. Like, people will be there for them. Inevitably, people will be there for them. Even if it's not, like, as big of a crowd, they will have ARMY waiting for them. However, there's a difference between, like, the fact that you can, as an outside observer, say that, and then being in the situation, especially with the come up that they had, where it was so rough and so touch and go. Like, yes, they did explode. Yes, they had, even from the beginning, a hugely loyal fan base, even though they were much smaller, obviously, at first, and now it's, you know, pretty huge. It's exploded. Let's go back to the fire metaphors. You still remember how hard it was at the beginning. And I always think that, like, them looking back on things was probably, like, it's probably a mixed bag of emotions, because I feel like they probably had some of their best times, too, while striving. It was hard, and I'm sure that, like, part of them doesn't ever want to do it, and it sounds like some of them even have, like, trauma from that previous time. But, like, there's good and the bad, and now there's also good and bad. There's the good that they have, the success that they do, and there's freedom that comes with that, but there's also constraint. And there's a lot of stuff that they've expressed upset with in terms of, it sounds like they lost kind of like their footing in terms of what direction they wanted to take things. 2, it sounds like they may have not, from what I've heard in terms of like not every member was happy in terms of creating certain songs that they've created recently, and they just kind of had to do it. So I think, you know, there's that. Unfortunately, as your company gets bigger, you kind of have more constraints and more regulation. I feel like that was part of what motivated the choice to step away for a bit, is like, this is them enacting their freedom in this. So this is a way to like put their feet down a little bit and bring things back to being more on their own terms. And yeah, I mean, we hear all the time about like, there's such good stuff that came from all of this, but there's also such struggle because like, these guys can't possibly live a normal life anymore. And I'm sure that despite them all wanting to do music and, you know, create art, most of them didn't ever seem to actually want to be famous, especially to the degree that they are. These guys can't like walk around anywhere, certainly not by themselves. It's gotta be so stifling. And we, you know, like, we've heard about it in Yoongi's Shadow, and now we're hearing, you know, and honestly, we've heard about it even in Hobi's music before. He was open about things in Daydream, and I remember him writing, because he put out like some notes on all of his songs from that album. I remember that Daydream, he mentioned he slapped a fun beat on because he felt that when he reread his lyrics, he got a little too honest. And Daydream is all about how, while normal people like daydream about being famous, daydream about traveling the world, daydream about like these extravagant things, what he daydreams about is just being a normal guy. Being able to go out to the store, being able to party, being able to cry in public without it being made a big deal of, being able to just let his emotions out, being able to be in love, which is something that we know idols are really restricted on. Yeah, so that's always kind of been there. And here he opens up about it in a more honest way, speaking about it with, here ended more about it, you know, with a darker beat that really, I think, stands more in line with his feelings. I don't think he wants to make anyone sad, which is why I think that most of Hope World, which was great, by the way, I'm not saying Hope World wasn't great, but had a happier tone. And he forced it in some ways to have a happier tone, because he wanted to be that piece of peace. You can't always be that. Hoseok is always like one of the most, I think, private people in the group. He's disclosed some of the least about himself. Some of the things that have been told by other members, and he hasn't seemed like super duper. He hasn't gotten angry, obviously, but like, it's not been of his choice necessarily to tell more personal information about his outside life and which he's also said that he's tried to keep those things separately, his professional life and his outside life, and also his feelings on things. He is actually like a very closed person, generally. He really, I think, struggles with showing sadness, showing the stuff. He's mentioned before that sometimes the title of Hope is just, it can exhaust him, because you can't just be one way as a person, you just can't. So, like, being an idol in general is tiring and is stressful and is exhausting, and then also having to sort of be relied on. I don't think that the group relies on him really in terms of this, but like, be looked at and be seen in the public eye as this happy person and have to always kind of be this happy person. That's so hard. Yes, that's really interesting. I want to go ahead and watch the music video once more, see what I missed, and I'm probably still gonna miss stuff. I'm not good at catching things right away. Also, I'm going to, I think I mentioned this earlier, be reacting to the album as well in a separate video. Oh no, good, it's behaving. No, it's not behaving. I lied. No, stop. Stop it. Why do you say you're paused and then you're not paused? Why do you do this? Someone needs to get in there and fix YouTube, okay? I mean, there's many ways in which YouTube needs to be fixed, but that is one of them. Here we go again. Yeah, the picture of the perfect house, the perfect life. And to get there, you have this. Also, the picture, obviously it's a picture, it's fake. Did my quality go down drastically? Hold on. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna put you on 1080. Okay. Yeah, he was like super blurry there. Uh-huh. Everything has to be burned. Yeah, okay, so like, it's, you know, everything he had to burn. He had to burn his hopes, burn his dreams, and then every day he ran, he had to, like, that's, BTS had to always keep pushing forward and go at, like, a crazy fast pace because there was that feeling, that fear of going back to the beginning, of losing everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I like that. When I shower... What was it? When I shower in petrol. Yeah, I shower in petrol. When I sweat, I shower in petrol. My goodness. And then the idea... Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing. But, like, on the idea of on my feet, on my legs, like, it's to run so much that you feel your muscles burning. And also, like, to think that he also deals with dance. I mean, they also all deal with dance, but his main focus initially was dance. So, like, he's literally putting everything into that. This metaphor goes, it's beyond running. It's weird, right? Because there's, like, a positivity to fire, and then there's a negativity to fire and burning. There's a positivity, burning bright and shining and casting this light, and then the negativity of ow, of ow, and of burning up. You can't stay burning forever, as we see when his makeup changes here. I like that he cursed, by the way. Mm-hmm. He's done everything. Right. Leaving while there's still applause. Wow. Oh shit. But see, it's his vocals. And more got me with the visuals too, but this is getting, and also the vocals, but this is also getting me with that. But yeah, so leaving while there's still applause is exactly what happened. Now, I don't think initially BTS planned to start their off-season kind of unexpectedly. I really do feel like they were kind of planning on warning people in a way. They were going to be having the Map of the Soul tour, which we could tell was going to be ending with We Are Bulletproof the Eternal, which means every tour stop was going to end with telling the fans thank you and wrapping up basically their career, bringing it all the way back to the beginning and just showing how much it's grown since then. And then the last thing that they had planned in terms of Festa, which probably would have happened after their tour ended, was going to be the Microcosmos Soju Festa with the infinity symbol, showing that even if BTS were gone as BTS, not there, at least for now, that we were kind of infinite. BTS and ARMY together. Like, it makes so much more sense now that that was, like, the symbol that they were showing for 8 years. And that's why they didn't have anything this year. But we were gonna have a whole lead-up. A whole lead-up in which anyone who was able to make it out to that tour was going to get that thank you and goodbye. And that, obviously, they were probably going to have online shows, especially for the Festa as well. So everyone was going to have a chance. All the ARMY that were interested were going to have a chance to watch and to be bid a goodbye. And then the panorama happened. And unfortunately, everything just kind of fell apart. And they were just by the wayside and doing what they could. They knew they couldn't just stop because they wanted to be there for people. They felt like people would probably need them more than ever. And I appreciate them sticking around, but it's more sacrifice for them too. Ultimately, like, I don't want to say it was sloppy. It wasn't sloppy. It was like they didn't know what they could do. They've had this planned, and time was marching by, and they just, you know, like, they were just doing whatever they could at the moment, however they could do it. So this ended up happening in a less organized way than they wanted to, leaving while there's still applause. Yeah. I don't mean to pause again after, like, pausing for so long before, but yeah, I really do feel like Hobi deals with, like, a bit of anxiety. He's very counter to his onstage personality. He seems kind of shy. Because you can be, like, you can appear very, very bouncy and happy and, like, friendly, and you can be that way. Like, I don't think that that's all an act, but you can still be really shy and nervous and fearful. Yeah, I just feel like he's got so much on his mind all the time. It's impossible for him to not be at least somewhat anxious. Dark path like soot awaits even when the fire is out. Yeah, and it's like no one can stop and put out this fire except for him. But putting it out is probably scary too. Yeah, and like just put it aside. This is so weird though. Like this Wow. That's really striking. That image of him just falling down dead in the end, surrounded by the flames that he set. Burned up by them. Such a hard and real video, but like, I love the lyrics and the feel of it, the honesty. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that was Arson. That was the premiere of Arson. And awesome. I hope you enjoyed watching this. My headphone cord just flips up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me. I hope I didn't ramble too long, that what I said was interesting. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, support Hobi. And for all of you going to Lollapalooza, I am supremely jealous of you. Do not tell me about it. Please don't. Like, please don't. But yeah, like, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him that he feels so... I know he's really nervous about it too, so I don't want to say that he's comfortable in being open, but I'm so glad that he did this. I'm so glad that he pushed himself, even if it wasn't totally comfortable, to speak about this. So, yeah. Alright, I will be back with reaction to the whole album as soon as I can work on how to do that. So, for now, this has been Sky. Bye-bye! bye.